Hey guys, welcome back to World Mechanics. Our mission here at the garage, guys, is to save you as much money as we can. That's why we make these absolutely free videos. Let's go ahead and start on it now. Today we're going to show you how to replace the flex and the main center bearing for the rear drive shaft on a BMW X3 E83 model. This one is a 3.0 gas engine, but it's the same for 3.0 and 2.5, and it's almost the same procedure for the diesel engines as well. So stay with us to see how we are going to do that. Thank you guys for watching us. So in order to remove the drive shaft, we need to remove the exhaust. And what we did, we just drove the vehicle on the stand to show you how you can do it at home. But what we have noticed on this vehicle right here, in order to remove the exhaust, we need to remove these 4 bolts, and they're like welded from all the heat. They never been removed, and we have the feeling that they will break. So we're going to attempt to just drop the exhaust down a little bit so we can reach the drive shaft without removing the whole exhaust. It's easier to remove it if you can, but if you break one of those bolts, you have to drill it out, and it's really a pain in the butt to do that. So stay with us to see if we actually can do it without dropping the exhaust. Okay, now we're in the middle of the vehicle and we need to remove these 4 bolts right here, and there is 4 more on the other side. This one is holding the exhaust up to the body. So with a 13mm socket to move it back, you can just use a ratchet. Take them off, all 4 of them. Okay, now we can pull this metal plate out of there. And next we need to do the other 4. 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. Okay, we're done with these 2, and now 2 more. And now be careful, the exhaust might drop a little bit. The rear one is still holding, so okay, a little bit. Okay, and now you can pull that metal plate out too, like that. And we have 1 ground wire that we need to remove with it. Okay, now we're on the back muffler, and on the 3.0 engine, I don't think the 2.5 has that one. You need to remove that vacuum line right there. That's the one that opens the gate on the muffler. It closes and it opens one of them, depending on your RPMs. And now we have 2 bolts right there that we need to remove with a 13mm socket. It's really hard to show you guys, but they're in the corner. Okay, let me show you right there. And those are holding the exhaust up. So okay, right there, that's the nut. So before you proceed to remove more, you need to put a block, wood block or something holding the exhaust so it doesn't fall on you. Okay, this is the second nut. This one had some rust built. And now we have 2 more on the other side, and they are identical like the ones here. And now the last one right there. Okay. And now the whole exhaust, it comes down, as you can see, quite a bit. So I think it will give us enough room to remove the drive shaft without removing the whole exhaust system and the 4 bolts that are very problematic on this model. Okay, this metal shield plate right there, there is many bolts with 10mm socket that we need to remove all the way, and it will come off. There is quite a few of those, so one here in the corner, but ours is missing. Okay, and 1 down there next to the center muffle. 1 in the corner back there. Okay, and now you can pull the front piece out. Kind of like, be careful not to bend it too much. It's fixable if you bend it. and to pull it out of there. Okay, right there, this is the whole shield plate. Okay, this is our problem right here. The car is vibrating really bad at highway speed or climbing up, accelerating, and you can see this rubber got too soft and it has play in it, so it's vibrating, and we need to replace this one. But it is recommended to replace the flex as well at the same time, because the flex seal, it tends to get soft, and when it gets soft it gives some extra vibration that could cause the new main bearing to go bad again. So now we need to remove the drive shaft so we can replace the flex and the center support bearing. Okay guys, right there now. So being a four-wheel drive, we need to do some tricks here. If we remove the flex from the shaft right here, we have 3 bolts with a 18mm socket. One here, one on top. You can reach it with that kind of way all the way from there. They're really tight, and there is one more on the other side. We already got them loose, so we can save you some time. As you can see, you can reach it all the way there, and that way the drive shaft will be able to drop on the front and just drop down. And this way we will need to jack the rear end of the car up, one of the tires up, so we can rotate the drive shaft and get to all of the bolts on the back. But once we remove it from the front, we don't need to jack the front end up. It can be just on stands or on the ground even. So you don't have to put the whole car in the air for that procedure. Okay, this is the second bolt. It came out, and now the third one. And that should be able to let the drive shaft go down, but we also need to remove the 2 bolts on the center support right here. Okay, now one more bolt on the center support right there, one nut actually, with a 13mm socket. Okay, we remove the second nut, and now we should be able to pull it out of there. And now with a big screwdriver, just pry it until it gets out of the shaft right there. And you can pull it to the side right now. Just make sure that it doesn't drop on your head or something. Safety first, guys. Avoid injuries. It's fun to work on your vehicle, but always be safe. Okay, and you just pull the exhaust to the left of the vehicle, to the driver's side. Then right here is the flex seal and the drive shaft now. And we will not be even able to need to remove it from the back. We can just do the whole procedure right here, right now. And now with the big pliers, big channel locks, you can take that nut off right there. Just loosen the whole thing. That way we will be able to pull the front half of the drive shaft off, and we'll have more room to work with the rear one and actually remove the center support and the bearing. Okay, right there you just loosen it up as much as you can. And now, okay, as you can see, the drive shaft came off right there. And now that bushing, you need to pull the bushing out and the nut. Okay? Okay, now in order to remove the bearing, we need to remove this one right there with the pliers. Okay, right there. And now we should be able to pull it out. It's rusted there, so you might have to hit it with a hammer a few times from the back, but do not damage it, so we can get it out of there. Okay, now you grab both sides and be careful with the hammer, and you'll come out. Just don't hit on the teeth right here. Okay. Okay, this is the new one, this is the old one. And you can hear the bearing has a lot of play, and you can hear how loud it is and noisy. So that's causing a lot of vibration. Even your shifter will be moving back and forth. You can see this one is super nice and smooth. Okay, in some cases, if your rubber is in good condition, it's not cracked and it's not soft, you can just replace the bearing. They sell them for like 10 bucks, and you just hammer it out of there. Okay, like that. So this is the bearing. It's replaceable if you want to, but we recommend replacing the whole assembly. It's not very expensive and you're not going to do it very often. They go bad probably about 120-30,000 miles. Okay, you can get a little bit of a fine sandpaper, not too much, not too coarse, just fine, and just go over where the bearing is supposed to be, and now you just get it in. Make sure this is the back side going towards the back and this is the front side, and you need to use the little hammer and just hit it there a few times, but do not hit on the rubber too much. Okay, we just put it back on. If it doesn't work, if it's too tight, you might need put a little bit of oil on the shaft and get a pipe that fits on the inner side of the bearing, not the outside, on the inner side, and just hit it a couple of times and it will go on pretty easy. And all we have to do now is just secure it with that little thing there so it doesn't come off the shaft and it doesn't slide back and forth. Okay, right there. And now we're just ready to put it back together. Okay, since we have the other half out, now we can remove and replace the flex seal. And as you can see, right there on the bolts towards the drive shaft, the rear drive shaft right here, you have an arrow showing this bolt. So make sure that you get it right when you put it back together with 18mm. You just get all 3 bolts loose, remove the nuts and the bolts, and you'll be able to remove the second bolt, and now this is the third one. And again, don't forget to do this part right. Okay, now we pull it out and we are ready to put the new one in with the arrows pointing towards these bolts. Okay, as you can see, and now you just get them tight. Okay, we got the last one done. Okay, now in order to put it together we need to put the nut and then that bushing right here, and now we get the front half and just push it in, make sure it aligns with the teeth there, and okay, like that, it pushes in. And now we need to get the nut tight again with the pliers or a pipe wrench. You can do that. Okay, like that, make sure that it... Okay, we're just getting the last few revolutions on the nut right there, and it's pretty tight. So the next thing that all you need to do is just get the drive shaft. There again, you need to pull the exhaust on the side a little bit, put it in the shaft, and tighten the 3 bolts and the 2 bolts on the center support, and install the thermal shield right here, the metal plate and the exhaust, and that's the whole procedure. Thank you guys for watching us. Hopefully guys the video was helpful. Please do not forget to comment, like, subscribe. That way we can keep making these absolutely free videos. Guys, we have more than 19,000 free repair videos on our YouTube channels that can, guys, save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. Check them out. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time.